Sid, you want the sisters to be compensated for their work?
Yes, I want them paid for the work that they do. Why? What purpose would that serve? We're barely keeping our finances in the black as it is, and you want to start compensating automatons for labor? We own them. We own them? No, I own them. See that they're all added to the payroll, or I'll make your heads roll. But sir... Wait. Oh, shoot. But sir... I think he was this guy. But sir... Are you certain, Chief Director? I leave the paperwork in your capable hands, boys.
Just hold on a minute, Sid. You can't threaten to fire them if they disobey a questionable order. Could you at least provide us with reason?
What makes you think that I have to provide any reason? I own this company. And even if I did, none of you pea-brains would even believe me. Do what I pay you all to do, and maybe you'll all get to keep your jobs.
What is the matter with you, Sid? The people in this room are the lifeblood that kept Zevit's enterprise going all these years. You can't treat them like expendable servants.
I'm the damn CEO, Albus. What I say goes, and I expect the same from the co-founder of my company. CEO? Some CEO you are, father. You haven't shown your face for so long. You don't even know how close we are to diving deep into financial debt. What did you say, boy? Are you trying to commit financial suicide by driving your own company into bankruptcy? What kind of CEO threatens his employees, the people who made his company run for years and years with financial instability and termination? Did you lose your brilliant mind and moral compass while you locked yourself up in Laboratory 9 all these years? I'm glad my mother isn't alive to see the degenerate you've become. Well, what do you know? The little shy shit I had for a son is lipping off to his old man, and for all his brains, he never had half the brilliance of his sister. What is the matter with you? Get a grip. I don't need a child to fuss over me. Empty out your ears and listen, because I'm only gonna say this once. This is my company. I built it from nothing. And if it damn well pleases me, I'll return it to nothing. If you don't want that to happen sooner, then get your asses into gear and put pen to paper. And if anyone interferes in any way with my Sir.
Sid is vomiting blood.
Chief Director Zevitz, are you okay? Chief.
Damn it.
Rudo reached out to me later that night.
Rudo?
Tell me, Albus. Define Rudo Zevitz for me.
Come again.
I don't have a clear definition for that individual because when I looked into a mirror this morning, I didn't know who it was that was staring back at me. The only thing I knew about him was that he didn't feel a single shred of remorse when he learned of his little sister's passing. Instead, what was filled in the place of remorse was shameless relief.
Rudo.
Rune should have never been born. She should have died as an infant before she destroyed my family. That undefined reflection in the mirror felt liberated after her death. And all that remained of that boy was a heartless shell of his former self. So tell me, Albus. Did the boy, the Rudo Zevitz that you knew, did he truly feel at peace after the passing of his little sister? Did he take great delight knowing that at long last she would never be a threat to another living creature? Or was he pleased because his source of endless enmity was gone for good? Or did he owe a debt of gratitude to the little sister that he lost? Because even she, that infamous Hellion, imparted a gift unto him before she departed from this world. She taught him in all her infinite, accursed wisdom that humans are fragile, emotional creatures. Both are a hindrance to progress, which may be only made via logical decisions under a constant hail of chaos. An individual whose every decision is compelled by their emotions cannot hope to shield himself and those he cares about under an umbrella of logic, lest he seeks to drown himself and those around him in the ensuing deluge. My father is a prime example of her lesson. He would sooner drown everyone in this company under his misguided philanthropy than survive under an umbrella of logic.
Rudo.
We're prisoners in the prison known as the Outer Pole. Sid Zevitz, a once radical, innovative, brilliant mind who attempted to escape its walls through logic and ingenuity, has fallen prey to his own emotions. The only one who can continue to shield Zevit's enterprise from the ensuing hail of chaos is me. I shall become a leader driven by logic and press forward against the deluge of lunacy. Following the conversation we had that evening, Rudo had begun experiencing an unprecedented and explosive transformation. What emerged from the chrysalis that my precious friend's son had willingly entered was a cold, callous shallow of his former self. His inability to innovate on the science and technological front still remained, even as he matured. But the most noticeable change was the sudden emergence of CEO material. Rudo channeled his brilliance of conventional codes, law, and management into practice and single-handedly hauled Zevit's enterprise out of the financial red. In truth, Sid never cared for the financial and managerial side of running Zevit's enterprise, but Rudo unexpectedly excelled in the field that his father forsook. In an effort to cover up the tragedy his sister left behind, Rudo continued to surprise us all with his poignant proposals and innovative ideas. His most impressive innovation was a contemporary system known as the stock market, which was widely implemented around the entirety of the outer pole. He even brought in our company's main investors, established a board consisting of these individuals known as the Board of Directors, and essentially conducted a complete reform of what was once a private enterprise.
Rudo, I can't seem to find my seat anywhere. Am I so insignificant that I slipped your mind?
Certainly not, Director Grakuis. We do have your seat in this room.
And I'm telling you my seat isn't in this damn room, Rudo. You and your family owe me for what your sister did to my boy. You haven't forgotten, have you? My boy is blind. My wife left me. My family's been destroyed. Our lives are ruined. It's all because of that girl. Your father was sympathetic to my plight when he offered me a position of power on this board. But what about you? You don't intend to force a man whose life your sister destroyed out of a lifelong position that was promised by the founder, do you? For the love of mana, the founder has lost his marbles. His son disregards reparations owed to the family's victims, and his daughter was a damn psychopath. Is insanity imprinted in the blood of every Zevitz? It's been 10 years since I reluctantly accepted your father's offer to sit on this board. And while this may be all I have, my seniority guarantees I can make your life miserable if you don't fetch my seat.
Director Grakuis, did you just threaten?
Interesting observation, Director. My life can be guaranteed misery if I do not fetch your seat, correct? Oh, I find it so fascinating how those with seniority can fancy themselves into senility.
Excuse me? Say that one more time, you son of a...
Director Grakuis, do you know where it is you stand at this very moment? You stand center stage, exactly in the spotlight for everyone to behold, discern, and dissect. Director, you are akin to the residual smudge of a greasy fingerprint on the pane of a glass window. You exist only as a stain in the history of this company. However, the more the stain stands out in the spotlight, the more intolerable it becomes to observe. I take it we have a mutual understanding, then. Rest assured, Director Grakuis, while my family may have been responsible for your family's collapse, we have since set aside 2 individual corporate accounts for your son and estranged wife. Your son will only be able to claim his when he's considered a legal adult, of course. And although you may have disdain for the lofty life you've earned for yourself, I'm certain that they're making full use of the lifelong reparations provided to them.
Why, you son of a...
Yourself, like many others sitting on this board, have become liabilities to the longevity of the company, and will ultimately be purged from this body in an inferno.
What? Damn you! Who do you think you are, you son of a bitch? I don't have to take abuse from a little shit like you. Son of a bitch. I got my eye on you, Zevitz. You've been warned. You're gonna regret the day you ever crossed me, Zevitz. Mark my words.
Well, I couldn't have said it any better. I believe some restraint may have been in order.
Restraint for whom?
For Director Grakuis.
He's not worth our concern or time, Albus. He has more to be concerned about than myself. Now that the company is set to go public, who knows what will happen to us. Whatever happens, however, only time will tell. And indeed, Rudo's foreboding predictions became a reality for all of us to face. We lost many of the remarkable and talented individuals who had supported Zevit's enterprise over the years. In the place of these old friends were fresh new faces, gathered from throughout the entirety of the outer pole. 1 year later, Rudo, with all of his innovative reforms implemented and having been thoroughly proven over the course of the year, had hoisted Zevit's enterprise up from the abyss, sparing the company from corporate collapse. In turn, the company's recovery would eventually allow us to compete on equal terms with Hyves again. With his stock market in hand, Rudo initiated an aggressive campaign to expand the company's influence and image through investments from the general public. In many ways, Rudo's empowerment of the people by encouraging them to invest in the company had done many things that neither Sid nor myself could accomplish in the early days of founding Zevit's enterprise. Additionally, the advent of Rudo's stock market made the value of lifelong employment at Hyves seem like a rather incentiveless venture for many people. Realizing that there was no way for Hyves to degrade our company any further, not with public opinion at risk, both our company and theirs returned to waging a familiar war centered around mana. And we still fight that war, with everything we've created thus far. We used everything, from the Sisters, the Zevit's Medica Group, its pharmaceutical manufacturing subsidiaries, the stock market, even technologically driven informatics. With science driving our research into innovative methods to siphon and utilize colored mana, and improving the infrastructure of the outer pole, we strode to no longer be known as a godforsaken continent by the rest of the inner pole. Soon after, however, the gods dealt us a cruel hand, forsaking us once more.
Reservation? What do you mean I need a reservation?
I apologize for the inconvenience, sir, but it's company policy.
Policy schmolicy, missy. Ring that old bastard up, tell him it's Hertzvon.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I can't.
Hertzy? Albus, you're a real sight for sore eyes. Marla, I can escort him.
Understood, Director Folster.
I like Hertzvon's music. Okay. Director, huh? Is that the kind of authority I need to get somewhere around here? The company's changed since you last dropped by. You know what else has changed? Your face, Albie. You look like my old man. I'm telling you, old friend, all you Poindexters could use a month or two off for yourselves. Life ain't always about changing or improving everyone else's, Albie. Well, I suppose old habits are truly hard to kill. I always found your honesty quite refreshing. Why didn't you give your surname first, though? Even Marla knows who your uncle is. Director Kukuis enjoys making his presence known, after all. That's exactly why I don't want to go name-dropping that old bastard's name. The fact we're even related gives me the heebie-jeebies. Duly noted. There hasn't been any reconciliation between either of you yet. Reconciliation? Ha! Between me and my old man, or me and the old bastard of an uncle? Your uncle. I can't say, Albus. When I see them both in caskets, then you could say that we're all right and reconciled. But at least my old man took Marcus in, treated him like a right human being. Whatever happened to him, Grakuis to break away like they did is none of my business. But that don't change the fact that the bastard let Sid's money get to his head. He could have used that stupid sum of money to support the boy, but no! His greed made him grow into a great big bastard. Hetzy. It's all mana in the mind now. Couldn't care less about him. Unless he shows his ugly mug around the shop, then I'd tan the fat bastard. Ha! I've missed having you around, Hertzy. You always know how to express your emotions far better than I ever could. That's why I'm such a hit with the folks, Albie. I'm free and, more importantly, fun. How have you been doing these days, though? You almost look like an old fogey. If you were tasked with as many issues as I was, you'd be the same. Issue smish you, Albie. Forget about all that for once. Stop by Ivel's some more. I never see you there anymore. All of you should just drop your work once in a while and live for once. I would like that very much. Oh, I almost forgot to ask. What brings you here today? Oh, I almost forgot too. I came to see why Sid hasn't put any orders in for new tailoring like he usually does. He always puts in a few requests here and there within a 6-month span, but I haven't seen him at all in the past year. I know he's always busy, but I needed to see his face for myself. What's with that look of yours, Albus? Did something happen? Hertzy. Sid is going through a difficult time at the moment. No, he's been going through a difficult time ever since Eileen and Rune passed away. He's imposed a self-isolation of sorts and hasn't left Laboratory 9 for a long time. Whatever he's doing down there, it's keeping him occupied. Oh no! Okay, so they've made all of the robots, right? They've made all of the people robots. They're working, they're doing their thing. But Sid is gonna kill himself trying to make one that looks like Rune. Oh god. Or using Rune's body even. Oh god. What do you mean, whatever he's doing? You don't know about it? I haven't known about many things, including what Sid is currently doing since he's entered that laboratory. He's not receptive to feedback unless it's total and unadulterated obedience to his demands. And if his demands are questioned, he threatens with termination. Ruto has been the acting CEO for Zevit's Enterprise since Sid's self-imposed isolation. Ruto is CEO now. My little Ruto! That's great, Albus. That shy little bundle of joy's finally a man, and running his old man's business to boot. I suppose if there's a silver lining in all this, it's that Ruto has proven himself a very capable leader. However, you won't even see a speck of that shy boy in him now. In fact, ever since Rune's passing, everything around here has changed, for better or worse. Is that so? Albus, could you let me meet with the poor bastard? I don't think there's much either of us could do for him now. Well, you haven't tried, have you? If he's working, then at least we know he's too busy to bother with us, but if he's just twiddling his thumbs, he's got time to talk to old Hertzvon. I don't know. I don't think Sid ever twiddled his thumbs. You're missing the point. I just want to know how the old bastard's doing. As much as it pains me to say this, I think the Sid that we grew up together with is long gone. Well, that's for me to decide with my own two eyes. Hertzie. Listen, Albus. You may not know this, but Sid Zevitz is the toughest son of a bitch I've ever had the privilege of knowing. I never once known him to stay down in the dumps, not before bouncing right back to being a stubborn bastard. He's not an easy fella to break, Albus. Even if Sid's spirit's been dinged up a little, all he needs is a bit of grease to get his gears going again. You'll see, Albie. I'll get him back up and running again after 10 or 20 rounds at Ivals. Okay. You asked for it, but don't say I didn't warn you. Oh god, we're gonna see the Rune bot. Oh, jeez. Oh, Sid. This music is so inappropriate. This music is so inappropriate right now. Is that you, Albus? I had that door sealed with my purified mana, but only you and Aline ever knew how to undo it. My two closest confidants. Did I ever say you could come down here? Say something, Albus. I know you're there. You're forgetting about old Hertzvon here, Sid Zevitz. Sorry for dropping in unannounced and all, but I had to talk Albus into letting me see your mug today. Hertzvon, what do you want? What do I want? What don't I want, Sid? I want to work on your damn orders for tailoring clothes. They've been missing from my backlog for the past year. That's what I want. You've been my regular for 15 years now. I was worried something might have happened. I needed to see you for myself. Interesting. Do me a favor, the both of you. Anything. Leave me. I'm in the middle of something. What are we, strangers or something? We're worried about you, Sid. I'm telling you, get the hell out of my goddamn laboratory. I don't got time to waste on either of you. Sid. Don't touch him, Albus. Hertzvon, he needs help. Sid. How long have you been hacking your lungs up? That ain't none of your damn business. That's it. I'm getting you a doctor now. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare call no damn doctor, Albus! What? Why did you hit him? He's bleeding profusely from his nose. What, punched him? It's too much blood. He needs a doctor. Leave him be, goddammit. Call that doctor and I'm gonna knock you senseless, I swear. Why? Speak up, Sid. When did these symptoms start showing up? Answer me. I can't stand to see him looking so helpless. Sid, you can't even speak, can you? Look me in the eye and nod your noggin. Are you sure there's no need for a doctor? Piss off, huh? You stubborn old bastard. Albie, we're leaving. What? But... Come with me now. Just leave the man to his work. Hertzbahn, Sid needs a doctor. Did you see how much blood he was coughing up? Why did you hit him at all? You were never one to let your fist speak for you.
Calm the hell down for a minute, Albie.
How can you ask me to be calm? Do you even see how he looked? He appeared on the brink of death itself. If we don't get him to a doctor...
You don't get it, do you?
Get what? What is there to get?
You've been by his side for far too long, Albie. Even I could see what was going on through that old head of his. Get out of here for a little while. Come back with a fresh perspective. You'll know what I'm talking about.
I have absolutely no idea what you're trying to tell me. I can't leave Sid or Zevit's enterprise, not while I know that he's...
For the love of mana, Albie, if you really care about that stubborn bastard, you'll leave him the hell alone. Let him go about his business.
Hertzbahn.
This is for your own good, Albus. I ain't gonna repeat this, so listen up. If Sid wants to spend his final days doing whatever the hell his heart desires, then you need to let the man die. I've said my piece, Albie. Whatever happens now is all on your shoulders. Stubborn son of a bitch. Gonna miss the hell out of him, but it's for the best. See you around, Sid Zevitz.
Dataset 9 entered. Just a little longer. Almost.
A week passed since we saw Sid, and ever since then I've had nothing but sleepless nights racking my brain around Hertzbahn's advice. After 8 days, I gave in. After our weekly boardroom meeting, I decided to go to Laboratory 9 before 2 of my assistants burst into the room.
Albus. Director Falster, we have an emergency.
What's the emergency? Volthal, Kirky, talk to me.
The Chief Director, he engaged Laboratory 9's emergency protocol.
He did?
The backup generators for Laboratory 9 have been completely severed as well. The room is in the dark and completely sealed.
Why would he do that? Laboratory 9's emergency protocol seals the entire room, flooding it with colored mana until all reserves are completely purged. If anyone was exposed to natural colored mana, then...
You don't think he's trying to commit suicide, do you?
Volthal, go and bring Rudo back here. Tell him it's an emergency. Kirky, come with me. We need to find a way to reverse Laboratory 9's emergency protocol and stop the flood before it's too late.
Yes, sir. Of all interruptions. Albus, how long has it been since the emergency protocol was put into place?
Rudo, you're here.
Volthal informed me the backup generators have also been severed. Are there any assets in the laboratory that may be at risk?
The assets are of little concern, Rudo. Your father is still in there.
He is. So he is. If I must, so be it. Let's get a doctor on standby for him. I don't have the time to spare for this nonsense, but I suppose we'll have to initiate the arrangements for a plot and a full funeral procession.
Funeral? How dare you?
Why are you raising your tone at me, Albus? You must have realized this some time ago as well. Sid Zevitz died with my mother and sister. The man in Laboratory 9 is nothing more than a walking corpse. The shell of the founder of Zevitz Enterprise has only been driven by a primal instinct to destroy his own legacy.
That's enough, Rudo.
If he died while trying to destroy everything I've done to salvage the company, then good riddance.
I said that's enough. No matter how flawed he was as a father or as a founder of this company, you are still his son. You have no right to speak ill of the man who gave you life.
Director Zevitz, Director Falster, the door has been unsealed. The emergency protocol must have completed its purge. From the very moment that Kirky announced that the protocol had completed its cycle and the door was unsealed, I was overcome immediately by dread. Upon entering, darkness overwhelmed my senses as I took the first awkward steps into the pitch-black laboratory. I took no more than a few dozen steps before I located and identified the corpse of the founder of Zevitz Enterprise and my childhood friend. Having been exposed to the colored mana that flooded the entire chamber, I concluded that he had succumbed to mana shock, just as Rune had.
No, Sid. Why, Sid? Why? What were you trying to accomplish?
Sid chose to die in Laboratory 9, the room containing the most precise, sensitive, and valuable instruments in the whole company.
They were all powered by purified mana from the mana mine, and whenever they weren't, they would be properly deactivated before shutting down their power source. Otherwise, an unexpected cessation of power or event could damage the machines, severely impacting precision. Kirky, I need your help. We need to restore power to this room. We can't see a thing in this darkness. Understood. After Kirky and Volthal restored the backup generators, which Sid had intentionally cut, we all realized what it was that Sid had been doing in seclusion all these years. For the love of mana. Time ceased to flow for a minute as we all gazed upon the object of Sid's constant obsession. I don't believe it. What the hell is this thing? Is that a new automaton prototype for the Sisters Project? No, Kirky, that is a living, breathing human. But it can't be human, Vothal. Not even Sid survived the emergency protocol. And the lack of the pulse puts the final nail in the coffin. The only thing that made the automaton appear lifelike was the light reflecting off its internal cameras. It moved, Kirky. What do you say to that? Somebody must have engaged its boot-up sequence. Did you two touch it? No, Albus. Neither of us made physical contact except for Kirky, who was checking for a pulse. Oh god, so many people! Can it speak? Does it even have integrated vocal bank?
Hello, world.
Does that answer your question, Vorthal? What is your name?
Name? What's a name? It appears as if its databank was not integrated before activation.
Well, a name is a word that is so unique it only pertains to yourself. An identifier. For example, my name is Vothal. The fellow with the ponytail is my contemporary, Kirky. The bespectacled gentleman over there is Albus, and next to him is Rudo.
Rudo? Mr. Rudo?
Curious, it appears it has a prior association with your name, but how?
Rudo? Brother?
That's impossible, Kirky. You have neither a name nor an identifier, correct?
Identifier? A name and identifier that pertains only to me. I have no recollection of any entry matching those parameters, but for some reason there's a name I was affiliated with.
No recollection, no issue. You will be known as Sarah from this moment onward. Sarah? Isn't that the acronym for the project's conceptual report? Synapsis Architecture Review and Assessment. Why would you give it that name?
Sarah?
Indeed. Henceforth, when asked for your identifier, you will give your name as Sarah, and nothing else.
Understood.
Is this automaton designed to be used for the Sisters Project? Will it be deployed to the Abbey? Abbey? What Abbey? Oh, that's right, Kirky. That all happened before you joined our growing family. Before Sid's wife passed away, they made an arrangement to design and develop automatons for exclusive use at the Abbey in Cadia. They would be deployed at the Abbey in order to protect the Abbey's sisters against the more volatile patients, who are all casualties of daily P1 injections. Ultimately, they couldn't conceive a working prototype that had everything that a normal human being would naturally possess, so the Abbey opted out. It wasn't physiology, it's a lack of a soul that turned the Abbey away from the prospect of having constant protection. Good riddance. Would have been an utter and complete waste of our resources.
Thank you for watching this episode of Fault Milestone 1. We have discovered Rune, but we still don't know what she is. It's taking so long to get there, but the payoff is going to be so good. If you would like to watch the show from the beginning, you can find the playlist on youtube.com/pressheart to and hopefully you will tune in for the next exciting episode. I'll see you then. Bye-bye!